Hello, a very warm welcome everyone. My name is Nick and this is channel njenkin, which you probably know by now. Now each Sunday, at least for the last few weeks, we pick a random subject, have a bit of a chat, or just talk about the week in general or general stuff going on. There's not much planning involved, but I do have a bit of paper with some notes on, so at least I can keep roughly what's going on. Am I running out of words already? Anyway, I hope you are well. Now, I want to recap first of all, because a few people have asked. A few weeks ago, I think it might have been 2 weeks ago, I said I had an injury on my arm. If you haven't seen that video, which you might not have done, I'll quickly summarise. It was that week where it was all snowing. It's all snowing again now, but the previous time where it was all snowing, my travel, because I commute up to London, was all a bit mixed up. And the trains were more packed than usual because certain trains were cancelled. Everyone was bundling on the same one. The underground was a bit more packed than usual, and I didn't have anywhere to hang on to. It's this arm I've done my injury on. And at some point, then the crowd separated, so I had a bit of a handhold at an unusual angle. And it's that when a guy that was quite a sizable weight, well, much bigger than me anyway, slipped, fell, grabbed hold of my arm. It twisted around in its socket and went back in again, and I've done myself a bit of a mischief. I had to take a week off work. It's gradually getting better, actually. It's on the mend. The doctors say it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get better. I'm pleased with it, because before I couldn't move it too much, even to type stuff in on a keyboard. I was like one-handed, but I've got a bit of movement now. I can like move it around the place. It's a bit of a dull ache around the back of my shoulder, and I guess there's just still some repair work. A little bit nervous because this week this weekend at least seems to be snowing again. Hopefully it doesn't make the travel go mad, because you do tend to be, when you've got a bit of an injury or it's a bit of a sensitive part of your body, you do tend to be more wary of the people around you, people that aren't paying attention, reading their mobile phones or a book, or moving around with a rucksack on their back, quick turning around, bashing people without even realising it. So if it gets like that again, I'm going to be a little bit nervous. But the arm's getting better. Hopefully no one else grabs hold of it as a handhold, because I'm not the sort of guy that can support any sort of weight at all. Okay, now, there's been one video up on the channel, again a couple of weeks ago, which is to do with stress busting. It wasn't put in the normal playlist of the channel, because I want to keep it separate, and it wasn't monetized either. Now, this isn't going to be a regular thing, but it will come up every now and again, because as you may or may not know, I suffer from a bit of stress. A few of you out there do. Not everyone, a few of you do as well, and it can be quite crippling, and it's good to try and get it in perspective and share thoughts and talk about it together. So there might be a stress busting video out every now and again as I think of things. I did say I was going to film them all on my phone, on my my iPhone 4. Yes, a very old phone now, iPhone 4. But it's 6 years old now, that phone, and finally the camera isn't stopped recording. So I had a good innings. So I was going to do all those on the phone, because they're quicker to do that way and a bit more personal as well. Maybe that's my own fault, but that's broken now. So we'd have to do it in sort of like this camera, maybe in the other more basic room, for want of a better word. So they'll come up every now and again. It's good to touch base because, as I say, stress in your own mind can quickly get out of hand, can affect your life in quite bad ways, and quite often just a few words, either watching it on a video or discussing with friends so you're not alone, helps massively. So I'm the same in that respect. I'm not a Superman, but just sharing things and getting through. So I'm a big fan of those. Okay. And what next? Oh yes, now I've somehow been able to keep the channel running. The original plan was, now I won't lie about my commute. If from door to getting to work, if everything runs okay, it takes me about an hour and 40 minutes, an hour and 3/4. So it's up and back an hour and 3/4. So you're looking at about, what are you looking at? About 3.5 hours if everything runs smoothly each day, which is a bit of a chunk. If things don't run smoothly, i.e. there's a train delay, a signal failure, or snow, that could go up to anything. 4 hours, 5 hours, and you can imagine when I get home after quite a intense day at work, I'm completely tired, and the last thing I wanted to be doing is doing a commentary or making a video, because the enthusiasm won't be there and I'll be absolutely tired. Now, if you can't make a video with enthusiasm, then you might as well not bother, because that comes across and it makes quite a boring video, I think, anyway. Well, more boring than it need be. So the original idea was to do one video a week. Because I'm quite addicted to this, that crept up to 2. and with my week off before, it crept up even more. So we'll keep it going. I'll do as much as I can, but I don't want to kill myself. And people before said to me, look, ease up, we'll wait and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, there is a video that's pending, which is quite intensive. It's these review game roundups we do. Recently did a couple of Spectrum ones, 250 to 300 videos review, 301 to 350 where we recap everything. There is one pending on the Commodore Amiga, which is taking a bit of time to put together, so that'll go up when it goes up. I was hoping to get that up by the end of March. It might creep into April, but I haven't forgotten about that one. That were good because they are fun to do those videos, although are quite a bit labour intensive. So there we go. So there'll be coming. What next? Oh yes, you might not be aware about this unless you've got to run a YouTube channel yourself. I've said before, I'm really against fake subscription counts, fake views, channels trying to seem more popular than they really are, because I think that's self-defeating, really. If you pay for a load of subscriptions or do sub to sub and you've got 5,000 subs and only 2 people are commenting, it's obvious what's happened, and you've sort of like got a top-heavy channel, so to speak, and it's pretty much dead. Although it's quite painful at times, it's always best to grow organically, try and improve, interact with people that are commenting, and create a bit of a forum going on. It's all about respect both ways, I think, and I respect all of my commenters because they're quite funny and quite insightful, so I've been a bit lucky there, so thank you very much. Yes, so YouTube have got this beta thing running, which means it's in testing, where they're trying to I'm not sure if this is going to come through completely on everything or just stay as an internal metric, but they're trying to do something where you can only see unique views. Now what does that mean by unique views? Well, what that means is if someone's watched their own video 200 times, instead of it saying it's been watched 200 times, so people think it's popular, it will show it's only been watched 1 time. Ha 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 ha. So that's good. That'll stop all the cheating work, because as I say, someone watching their channel over and over again makes it artificially popular, and then it's detriment to the channel doing it properly, and they don't get much look out, and quite often they will put in much more work than that. Lazy person. Now I'm not sure if that's the way it's going to go, but if it does go that way, that'll be absolutely awesome. Also as well, it cuts out people that pay for views. So there are websites out there where you pay someone a certain amount of money and they give your video about 1,000 hits or something. I'm against this. It's a waste of money for that sort of person. But YouTube, I've really slagged off YouTube sometimes going back in the past there, but they're on the right track with this sort of thing. Also with monetization, they've got a minimum of 4,000 watch hours you must have in the last 12 months, and that's cut out all the sort of like the clickbait sort of videos, things like that. Now someone told me, I'm not sure this is true or not as a stat, someone told me these new monetization rules have taken out 90% of the channels that were already monetized before. So they either had less than 1,000 subs or haven't got the 4,000 hours. Now that's quite bad for the honest channels building up, but they're still going to go in the right direction. But for me, because I'm right at the bottom of there, but still just over the line, in theory, that means it should be a little bit easier for me. So if more revenue comes in, we keep the videos going up, it becomes more of a achievable goal, although before it seemed extremely unlikely, that one day this can go full time. I put more videos up, improve the quality of the videos, because it's pointless putting up lots and lots of videos if the quality is rubbish, because I want to, I respect you and I want to put something up that's worth watching. If I just put up game videos which are no commentary, no footage, unedited, I could probably put up 4 or 5 videos a day, and I might get more subscribers as well that way, but I'll be creating something that I don't want to create. It's flat. When I first started the channel 8 to 9 years ago before the reboot, that's what I was doing, just putting up gameplay videos, and it wasn't a great idea or a long-term idea to improve the channel. It's a bit off my wavelength now. Now it's a different thing. Now I want to give something that's entertainment, or at least have a go of doing that way round, and I just won't put up like 2 minutes of just gameplay videos. Not to say that's bad, that's just I don't want to do. Okay, what else? Oh yes, the live streaming. There was the poll, like I said before, that generally there was a little bit of, a few people didn't want it, some people did want it live streaming. We are working towards that. I've got no strict deadline when I want to bring that in. I think I need to get a wire from my camera, a USB, because it's a smaller USB port to go to the computer to actually do that. I'm still looking into that as well. That's something that might come in later on in the year, but don't expect to come in like in the next couple of weeks or the next month or so. But the positive feedback I've got from that, from the 40 people that voted, is that's something that they want. So we might look at that. It probably won't take, well, it might do later on, the form of watching me gameplay. It might be talks or Q&As, things like that. Keeping it real, keeping it live. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about, although there is one thing I can slip in here, that rather than doing a separate video, sorry, I just had to duck down again, technical issues as per usual. Yeah, we won't do a separate video for this. Now, I was a big fan back in the day of the quiz show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I reviewed a couple of games. I try and put some footage back there on the PlayStation 1, I think, and PlayStation 3, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's a UK show, got syndicated around the world. In the UK, it's hosted by Chris Tarrant, where you answer a number of questions to try and win up to £1 million. It goes up in steady increments, and the questions get harder and harder. If you get a question wrong at certain points, you could lose all your money. So it's a question of when to exit, when to get out. You had 3 lifelines if you didn't know the answer. One was 50-50, where you take out 2 of the 4 wrong answers. You can ask the audience, see what they think, which is a little bit risky. And the other one was phone a friend, where you phone someone up and hopefully they know the answer, or they might not pick up. Now, they always do tend to pick up. And then that show sort of run its course. It got a bit old at the end, and then it went from UK TV in particular. Now, it's a bit of news in. Don't know if you heard about this, but there's going to be revived for 7 shows to celebrate the 20th anniversary. Quite often with these sort of things, they do this to see how popular it is on the comeback, and then commission a whole new series. But this is an odd one now, because it's not going to be hosted by Chris Tarrant, because he thought the show had run its course. It's going to be hosted by Jeremy Clarkson. Okay, Jeremy Clarkson. You know, that guy off initially Top Gear and then the world tour on Amazon. I'm not sure how much they're paying him. I'd imagine quite a lot. Now, he's going to be quite sarcastic to those people, is he not, if they know the wrong answer, especially if it's something about cars. I'm not sure about this. I certainly will be watching. I loved the Crystal Maze when it come back, hosted by Richard Adewardi, but I preferred the original because it's really hard to beat nostalgia. And we'll see. We'll see how Jeremy Clarkson does, because with this show, you've got to stay saying the same things the whole time, like Chris Tarrant did, and keep within a structure. Jeremy Clarkson quite often will go off-piste, and they might have to edit that down. I mean, are you sure that's the answer? Are you really sure you want to go with that? You pick B. I'm not sure he's the right person for the gig, but it's going to be interesting anyway. So thank you very much. Just in summary then, what we covered here on my bit of paper. 1 is my arm. It's a bit painful, but slowly getting better. It's not going to take me out at all, but I won't be doing any swimming or heavy weightlifting, but I didn't tend to do that before. Stress busting videos. The phone's damaged, the camera's not working on the phone, so we'll do the occasional one using that camera over there in the different room. My commute is long. Well, so is a lot of people's, but I put up as many videos as I can because it does ease stress and it's all good fun as well. No doubt you watch other channels as well, but I prefer it if you watch this one. But watch them all, watch them all. The YouTube beta about unique views, still at an early stage. Attack out other bad channels that are doing lots of cheaty work. Live streaming, plans in the future. Got to get a wire. Not going to be immediate, but we're going to look into it in the future. And the last thing is Jeremy Clarkson, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Is that going to be any good? Now let me know if your thoughts blow on any of those things. Always like hearing from you. It's Sunday, worse luck, unless you got next week off, but we can do this thing with retro power. We can do anything we blummin' well want. So well, sort of, within reason. The police don't get involved. So thank you for watching the videos, and those who comment and give likes, because that's what helps the channel grow. Tell all your friends, your teachers, phone random people up about the channel and get them subscribing here. That'd be much appreciated. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye. Goodbye.